everybody and welcome back to my channel. I thought I'd start the vlog down here today because as you can see behind me, Teddy's back. For anyone that's watched my first video a couple of weeks ago, you'll have seen that Teddy was on loan. He went to somebody that I know and unfortunately her horse has gone lame. After a few weeks she realised it just wasn't, they just didn't gel. She couldn't get on with him. Her horse is, you can pick her up, put her down and ride her and she'll be exactly the same horse each time pretty much, whereas with Teddy you've almost got to go out with the mindset that you're in charge, and if you don't tell him you're in charge from the second you go and get him, he's going to try it on. Occasionally he does try it on anyway. I'm not sure if other people's cobs are the same, or if it's just Ted's, or if it's just some cobs are, some cobs aren't. He definitely is a horse that behaves better the more you work him, and for the last 2 years or so, since the COVID lockdowns finished, it's been really hard to keep on top of it all, one thing and another, family commitments, work-life balance, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, she contacted me and said, look, it's just not working, and she works full-time as well with her own family commitments. So she said, could she bring him back? Of course I said yes. We'd been missing him a lot. Surprising how you don't realise the impact they have on your day-to-day life, and as soon as one of them's not around, it makes a massive difference. So anyway, I've come down this evening. He's just having his haylage for the night, but even though I bought those hay nets, I'm pretty certain it'll all be gone in the first hour. He has got some hay in there as well on the floor. So yeah, I wanted to get this on video tonight because while she had him, her fields are really muddy, so she cut all his feathers and his tail. I'm not overly keen on how short she's cut his tail. I don't know if you can see, and there's his feathers, and his forelock is a bit like what your mum might have done back in the 70s. So anyway, I've got a different friend coming tomorrow to give me a hand, and we're going to clip him so that he doesn't get so sweaty when he works, and we're going to clip Pierre as well, because he hasn't been clipped at all. So not all over, obviously. They're going to keep their legs and their top half. It would just be around their chest and under here, so that they don't get so sweaty. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to just have a bit of a chat really about what my plans are. I had intended to school Teddy twice a week and hack him a third day. That's about all I can do. And when I say school, I don't mean that you can see his forelock there. I'm not really sure what's going on with that, but we'll sort that out tomorrow, won't we, Teds? Yeah. So my plan has been to do 2 days of work on the ground with him and 1 packing for a couple of months till the weather improves, and then once the clocks change and we've got the longer days, or maybe it's slightly before that, I don't know, we're going to start riding him a lot more, doing a few more things with him. But as I said, it's just hard fitting everything in with these short days, and obviously days like today, there's no way I could have ridden 2 horses. I rode Pierre for about 15 minutes, and that was enough really, because the ground was solid on the one side of my school and soft on the other. So we just kind of did some some circles and some stretching, and just to kind of get him out before our lesson on Thursday. hopefully the weather will have improved by then. So one of the things with Teddy is that he can be quite bolshy and a bit rude on the ground. He's not nasty, there's not a nasty bone in his body. He's a bit like a 600 kilo Labrador, and if any of you own Labradors you probably will understand what I mean. He doesn't have a big sense of spatial awareness. He doesn't really respect other people's or animals' space. And I suppose because of only having limited time with him over the last 2 years, I have let it slide a little bit, and so it's as much my fault as it is his at the moment. So he's been back a couple of days. I didn't do anything with him the first 2 days, but today I got him out, groomed him, took him into the school, and we did some groundwork, and he was incredible. He didn't put a foot wrong. He did consider running over to see Pierre as I walked him from the yard to the school, because we had to go past Pierre's stable, but as soon as I pulled on the lead rope he stopped and listened to what I had to say. So I am hopeful, that we are making progress in the right direction. I'm sure there'll be backward steps, thank you Ted, as well as forward steps. Personal space, remember? Personal space. What's he like? So I'm sure there'll be backward steps as well as forward steps. The most important thing is that I maintain a stable routine, and every time I handle him I reinforce what it is that I'm looking for. So I want him to stop when I stop without me having to pull on the reins or the lead rope. I don't want him walking ahead of me and trying to tread on my toes. I don't want him walking behind me either, because that's something that he does sometimes, and he could just as easily charge into me. He's, like I said, he's never done any of that. He does sometimes walk in front of me and try and pull me along, and I do tell him not to. But the other thing is, he's now coming in at night into the stable. It was something I noticed before he went. The other two were coming in and he was left out, and it was something that I think bothered him quite a lot. He felt a bit left out. There's only a short space between him and the stable, maybe 20 meters, but he obviously felt a little bit too far away, couldn't touch them, so he's coming in at night. That's making a massive difference already. One of the other things I've been working on is for him to back up when I enter the stable. He has to wait till I've walked in, shut the door, hung it up, and then he can go to the hay net. So he's doing actually really well. He understands, and he does back up as soon as I say it, and he does wait. Like I said, he's only been back a couple of days, but I'm really pleased with the progress we've made already, and I just hope it carries on, because he's such a lovely boy. Hey Pierre. Anyway guys, I'm going to leave it here for tonight. When I next get him out and do some groundwork, I'll video it for you and you can see what you think. Be interesting to hear your comments about your cobs. Let me know what you think about Teddy with his groundwork, but also let me know if you have problems with a bolshy horse. Like I said, not nasty, not at all, never kicked or anything, never bitten, nothing like that. Anyway, I'll leave it there and I'll catch up with you later. Okay, so that was my video of Teddy and I doing some groundwork. As you can see, it's now the next day and it's really foggy. I'm not sure where Pierre is, but we can't see him because it's so foggy, but we can see Donkey and we can see Teddy. I think Pierre's over there somewhere. He was really good. That was the second time I've done groundwork with him since he's been back, and I have to say the first time he was marginally better. He didn't put a foot wrong and I was really pleased with him. I've been using a rope halter. I've never used one before, but I've done some research on how they work, and the main thing is pressure release. So when he does what I ask, I release the pressure. I'm not really heavy-handed with it anyway. I don't need to be. When he's got it on, he does work. Previously, if I've ever done any work with him, I've always put his bridle on, but I want him to work confidently and politely when he's just got a halter on, not just when he's in a bridle and he knows he's got to work. It's all about just refreshing his memory and getting his ground manners even better, and just making him a bit easier to manage, really, because he is so lovely to ride, and when he's being a good boy, he is just really lovely to be around. He will be 15 this year, so he's getting on in life, and although he's certainly by no means an old horse, he is a little bit set in his ways. It's just about refreshing his memory, reminding him that I'm in charge, not him, and that I love having him back. We did miss him and we are glad he's come back sooner than we were expecting, but equally he is straight back into a new routine, and we're hoping that if we can stick with it, even if when I'm just walking him from his stable, that we do a few stop starts, and that's reinforcing it for him that that's what I'm looking for. When we're walking, he needs to have his head down, be slightly behind my shoulder, and listen to what my body language is saying. It doesn't all have to be vocal commands. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for this week. As you can see, the light's fading and the fog's getting thicker, and these boys want to come in and have their dinner and go to bed. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.